talk to dead people? As a professional medium, that is the #1 question I get asked. How do you talk to dead people? Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you the secret. #1, it's mostly telepathic. And I know y'all think telepathy is something like, oh, if I say I want a Dr. Pepper, the other person is supposed to be able to understand that you want a Dr. Pepper. You're thinking it all wrong, toots. You're actually sending feelings that the other person is going to pick up and then turn them into words in their mind. And then they're gonna be like, weird. Do you want a Dr. Pepper? That's telepathy. Yes, anybody can do it. Why? Because we are all energetic beings walking around in a body, having a human experience. So then really, how do you talk to dead people? Do they only talk to me? No, they talk to you all the time, constantly. And this may blow your mind. When spirits come in and talk with me, the true connection, the true channel is you. Your spirits are with you. Your loved ones are with you. And the first thing that creates good connection is you. If you are not in a good state of mind, if you are super distracted, that channel is not going to be clear. Therefore, it's not going to come through as clear for me. The other thing too, it is my job as the medium to find out what essential radio station your loved ones are on. The afterlife is kind of like a really big hotel. Everybody knows everybody on every single floor, but not everybody is in on the same floors. How do you do that? Well, that's a whole nother video. Then when a spirit shows up, I'm not making them come talk to me. They are wanting to come talk to me. So when your loved one shows up, essentially I get on their level. This is when the craziness starts. I hyper focus. This is how they talk to you as well. It almost feels like there's this that happens. Nothing else exists to me. I disassociate and then I start getting things. Your loved one has to figure out how to use my brain. My brain is a tool. It is a computer. So it really is a combination of you being in the right mindset, me being in the right headspace, and then them coming through and then learning how to do this. Every spirit talks differently. So then how do they talk? Well, they talk in 4 different ways. At least this is what I figured out so far. The first way is that they give me a bunch of signs and symbols. They may show me something like a pineapple. Pineapple means Florida. For me, a grilled cheese sandwich. That means Canada. I don't know why. And so now that is just a thing. And there's thousands of these. So they will pop them up. Boop, 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 boop. I will essentially put that sentence together and I'll tell you what it is. The next thing is they talk in feelings. This is how they talk to you mostly. They will bring up my feelings and my emotions from everything that I've experienced in my life, from movies that I've seen, relationships, foods that I've eaten. Remember, there's a feeling attached to everything that you've ever done. They'll recall that. So I may get a random feeling of when I was 16 and my boyfriend cheated on me. And I'll be like, did he cheat on you when you were 16? And you'll be like, wow, yes. It can also make me feel things like food. Maybe your loved one really liked chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. And so they will bring up the feeling the last time I ate chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. They can also make me taste it. Remember, taste, sense of smell, that's all vibration, that's all frequency. It's weird. The third way that they talk is they take any of my memories. Now, this is from movies that I've seen, things that I've watched, other sessions that I've had, people that I've talked to, and my own experiences, and they will take them and they will re-put them in timeline in my brain. It happens very fast. Boop, 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 boop. All of this happens, by the way, in a half of a second. It takes longer for me to explain to you what they're saying than for them to tell me an entire story about their life. So it's my job to go in there, take what they just gave me, pull it apart, and in the meantime, I'm asking, is this correct? Is my translation correct? And I will get a feeling back of like, yes, or you need to reevaluate your translation again. That's why sometimes I'm like, oh, this may be this or this, because there's some things I just haven't experienced. There's some things I just haven't seen, right? So they can't just manifest it in my brain. If I haven't seen it or felt it or experienced it, they cannot manifest it. Really, it's my job to go and learn all this stuff and kind of like put it in my memory bank so they can use it. The last way that they come in is they talk in words. I will be channeling and I'll be like, oh, do you know who Frank is? And they're like, that's my grandfather's name. Sometimes they'll come through and I'll be like, oh, he says passed in a nursing home. And I'll be like, oh, who passed in the nursing home? That's how that works. Also, the last thing with words, if I haven't heard the word, I haven't heard the name or the nickname or seen the item before, they can't put that in my brain. They will try to grab things that are like it. So that is how spirits talk. But to tell you honestly, they talk in all those ways, all at the same time, all at the same time. You're sitting here pulling these pieces of this puzzle out and you're understanding it and you're turning it into English and then you're painting this portrait of what they want to talk about. And like I said, every spirit talks differently. Some spirits are stronger, some spirits are weaker. There will be spirits that come in and piggyback for other spirits to help them out. They also talk to you the same way. You just haven't figured out the language yet, but you can. So anyways, I hope you learned something. How do spirits talk? Well, that's how.